1 2 1 2. Nigel, let me know if you see the levels moving on there. TikTok, YouTube. I'm trying to go live on Instagram. Instagram not letting me go live though right now. But we just gonna keep rocking out. Welcome today. So if you're just tuning in, TikTok. I was down on TikTok for a while. I actually deleted it. I got some bad advice from somebody very close to me. They told me, delete it. Maybe it'll come back. And now it's deleted. So I had to get the backup phone. So I got TikTok, I got YouTube, I got Facebook. I don't know what's going on with Instagram. They clearly don't want me to go live. But today I'm talking about how to get up to $500,000 in funding. We going in today. How to get up to $500,000. Look, when I tell y'all how simple this is, you will kick yourself. Yo, when I tell you how simple this is, you will kick yourself. Let me see if I can still get Instagram on. While y'all chiming in, y'all let me know where y'all coming in from. Drop your city. TikTok, what up? Y'all get them likes up. YouTube, Facebook. I don't know what's going on with Instagram. I guess they not feeling me today. Y'all let me know where y'all chiming in from. How to get up to 500,000. That's right, the big 50. How to get up to 500,000 in funding. But while you are on, and if you would like to join the chat, I'm going to drop the link in on YouTube. You can actually join me, get your questions answered. Y'all already know this is interactive over here. This is interactive. Yeah, let's get them likes up, Doc. Chiming in, we got North Carolina in the house. We got Chi-Town. Where else y'all chiming in from? How to get 500,000? Y'all make sure y'all share this live today. Nobody's giving information away like I am. That I can guarantee you. A lot of people on here, they just telling you, hey, let me show you how to go get a Navy Federal card. Let me show you how to go get this Chase money. Everybody don't qualify for Chase. Let me just tell you that right now. Everybody don't qualify for Chase. Matter of fact, a lot of the information people are sharing with you all on the internet is wrong. A lot of it is, unfortunately, a lot of it is wrong. So, business funding up to. So I come to save the year. I've come to save the year for you and get y'all back on the right track. So while we're, I don't know what's going on with Instagram. Instagram just gonna have to wait today. So while we're on this topic, I got a question. And somebody please help me answer this. Why are people in such a hurry to become rich? See, being in a hurry to get rich is what keeps people poor. Being in a hurry, meaning you're trying to do everything. You're trying to do Toro, you're trying to flip cars, you're trying to flip houses, you're trying to flip vending machines, you're trying to flip do-rags, you're trying to sell everything. But yet you haven't learned how to sell anything. You have no customers. You have no online presence. You lack professionalism. You don't know how to send out an email. So all we're doing is just creating ebooks and selling them. And you can make some money, but it doesn't sustain. Yeah, you can go get a $10,000 credit card. You might even be able to go get 20,000. But it's not a lot of people who can go out there and get $500,000 in credit without having the right steps. All they selling is $250 in funding, all new business selling lies. So here's my question. I would love for someone to answer this for me. Why are people in such a hurry to be rich? Because that's what keeps them poor. That's what keeps them poor. Let me show you what over 7 figures in credit looks like. This is what over 7 figures in credit look like. A lot of people be showing you their cute stacks with about 5 to 7, maybe 10 to 15. It's over 60 cards in here, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm not showing you this as a flex. I'm showing you this to show you that it is possible. But you have to be willing. You got to follow the steps. You have to follow the steps. I know you want to cut corners. I know you want to hurry up so you can go do whatever it is that somebody promised you that you're going to be able to do. But if you do not do the right steps, you will not get the desired result. I'll give you an example. Has anybody on here ever tried to bake cookies? Nigel, I remember when I was like 14 years old and I tried to bake some cookies. Okay. I forgot to put the vanilla extract in there. They did not taste like cookies. Look, chat, I tried to bake some cookies when I was like 8 years old. I forgot I didn't put the vanilla extract. I was like, you know what? I don't need that. They did not taste like cookies. Watching social media got them chasing the dream. Let's get into the training. I don't want to know about cookies. You need to learn about cookies. Or you can go and pay for the training and skip the cookie baking part. You can go pay for it. Okay? What's your profile have to look like to get funding? Stay tuned, Casey. See, that person is in a hurry to get rich. This is why people stay poor, because they don't learn the lessons. They don't learn the lessons. They don't learn the lessons. So anyways, when you forget to put the vanilla extract into building your business profile, you get a bunch of net 30 accounts. When you forget to put the vanilla extract in building your business credit profile, you get a bunch of $5,000 credit card approvals. You get 7,000 credit card approvals. You max out at 15,000. You max out at 22,000. I talked to somebody the other day. He said, Will, my company is 4 years old. I said, how much credit do you have? He said, $15,000. I said, how do you only have $15,000 with the 800 credit score? That means you only got $2,700 a year. I said, how much has it cost you not knowing this information? And he said, I don't know, maybe a couple $100,000. I said, multiply that by 4. I said, how much? I said, what are you using the credit for? He said, to buy real estate. I said, do you own any real estate now? He said, yes. I said, how much is that property worth? He said, $250,000. So I said, so take that $250,000, multiply that by the 4 years you just was on the hamster wheel. But not knowing this information actually cost you $1 million, sir. That's why you need to know about the vanilla extract. Because what you don't know will cost you money. Being in a hurry to get rich is what keeps people poor. If you don't learn the proper steps, if you don't have all of the ingredients, you will stay poor. And I can prove it to you. Just look at where you are. And I'm not saying this to any one particular person, but if you are not where you want to be, if you've still been trying to figure it out, I mean, they were giving away money during the pandemic. You breathe a mirror, you were rich. During the pandemic, if you could fog a mirror, you got rich. But now a lot of people are struggling. Why? Because we forgot to put in the vanilla extract. Forgot to put in the vanilla extract. Here's why so until you learn these couple steps that I'm going to go over here today, getting 500,000 is impossible. Okay. Glad to say my credit is decent and I'm in no urgent emergency to rush down this path. Forever Flakes family. Now, you do need to have a sense of urgency. It's a difference between having a sense of urgency and rushing and making mistakes. But see, the sense of urgency comes in the execution, because the lack of urgency also keeps people poor. An opportunity is only an opportunity based upon the speed. Banks are changing guidelines. Let me give you an example. How many people on the chat have had their credit limit increases decreased? Excuse me. How many people on the chat has had their credit lines reduced? How many people have had their credit lines reduced? So you need to know these things. Okay. First thing, over leveraging can lead to ruining your credit. So if you do not have these things in place, you will not get a strong score. First thing you need to know, a Dun & Bradstreet does not get you $500,000 in credit. A 80 Paydex means nothing to a bank. Everybody who on these chats has recently filled out a credit card application for their business. They do not ask for your Dun & Bradstreet number. They do not ask for your Dun & Bradstreet number. Why are we still going out there trying to build a Dunn's number? You're wasting your time. You're wasting your time. See, if you do not build your business credit profile properly, and I'm gonna give you those steps here today, 500,000 is out of the equation. 500,000 in credit is out the equation. This is over 7 figures. I actually lost count once I got to about 3 million. And the reason that's the case, because some of these cards are attached to business lines of credit. There's a difference between a business line of credit and a business credit card. So, for example, I have a business line of credit with Chase on 2 of my companies. One is for $200,000 and another one is for $150,000. So just with Chase, on just business lines of credit, I have $350,000, plus I have about 6 credit cards for 6 different companies with the average approval at $34,000. So just from Chase alone, I probably have I have over $400,000 in credit just with Chase. See, it doesn't take long to get 500,000. People just are missing the vanilla extract. People are missing the steps. People don't want to make the proper investments to position themselves. Because here's the thing you all are going to have to learn. You have to pay to play. You're paying to play right now. If you went to college, you paid to play. If you went to college, you paid to play. You paid to get information in hopes of getting the job that you feel would have landed you the income opportunities that you wanted. You paid to play. The business credit world is changing, and if you do not change with the times, you can keep going out there getting $3,000 limits. You are just as direct as 47. I know people don't like listening to you. I love it. I feel you, Ashton. See, because I know y'all tired of getting lied to. That's why I opened it up and said, being in a hurry is what keeps people poor, because they go out there and they shotgun all of these things with no proof. I tell people, I'm willing to put up how much ever you're willing to put up. Anitra, what's going on? Look, we need to get back on the line together, Anitra. I'm willing to put up any dollar amount when I say name one thing that I've shown people that didn't work. I have facts. So let me show y'all how to get this 500,000, because most of y'all not gonna do it anyway. So even though y'all in a hurry to get the information, most of you are not going to do it. You want to know why? Because there's a cost to getting 500,000. Oh, there's a cost. So first thing you need to do, you have to set up your business entity. If you don't have the entity structure, you have no chance of getting the $500,000. Once your entity is set up, you got to have a business website. You have to have a business website. Now, let me tell you where I see a lot of people are getting tripped up. with the business websites. Okay. If your business website date does not match the date of the established year your business was set up, the bank docks you points. Meaning, if your business was established in 2018, your website must say established in 2018. If your business was established in 2018, go and look on your website right now and look at the bottom. And on every business, on every website, it will say website established, and then it'll have the date. If your business was established in 2018, 2015, but your website says established in 2025, the bank actually, docks points. The bank docks points. Somebody said, if you pay, then you pay attention. That is very true. If you pay attention. Somebody said it's the smallest details. It really is. This is what I keep telling people. Some of y'all have been trying to get business funding for the past 10 years, but still are coming up short. Why? Because you're missing the small details. So step number one, if your business website established date of the website must meet the same established date of the year that your business was set up. So if your business, so for my particular situation, We Management was established in 2015, April 2015. So on my website, all of that has to match. Okay. If it doesn't, you run the risk of it, whatever. Number two, every business has what's called a web score. Type that in the chat. Web score, WEB score. Every business has a web score. Now, you don't know it. But banks has what's called, that's why they call them data points. See, when the bank is collecting data, they have what are called data points, and they judge you based on the data points. And the more points you have, the better approvals you get. What if someone had someone make them a new website after the business date? Then you can just have them go in and change the date. See, every business has what's called a web score. And so when a bank go and do a search for you online, they will pull up what is called your web score. And if your web score falls below a certain metric, it's going to impact your approvals. Okay. Number three, the ideal business credit score. It's not an 80 paydex. That means nothing to the bank. The ideal business credit score, let me tell you here shortly. I'm just returning a text message. I don't want y'all to think I got to Google this information. So the ideal business credit score, not paydex score, because banks don't care about a paydex score, is a minimum of 160. Type that in the chat. Minimum one. You have to have a 160 credit score. Now, you don't even know where the 160 is pulling from. It's not a paydex. See, so many people are going out there blindly trying to get all of this funding, wondering why they're getting small approvals. You need to have a minimum of a 160 business credit score. Now, when you have that 160, it's going to put you in position to get stronger approvals. It's going to put you in position to get stronger approvals. Thank you for the hearts, too, on TikTok. I appreciate y'all a lot. Now, how do you get a 160? You have to build, and let me tell you the business credit reporting agencies on the business side. You have to build your Experian business. You have to build your Equifax business. You have to build the Small Business Financial Exchange. You have to build your FICO SBSS. Over 10,000 banks pull the FICO SBSS score. That's the 160 score. Over 10,000 banks. That means that little bitty obscure credit union that you find that's giving out the bag, they're pulling your SBSS score. I just spoke to a friend of mine today who went and applied for some business funding, and he hit me back and said, Will, the banker said I was off by 1 point. So I told him what to do. Approved. Just like that. We have to know these things if we're trying to get this. Can you use projected income if you have a new LLC with no revenue? Yes, you can, but that still does not avoid the other data points. That's a very good question. Someone asked, can you use projected income? Yes, but it still does not avoid or mitigate the data points that the banks are looking at. It does not. If you don't have a minimum 160 credit score, you're going to miss out on a lot of approvals. Give you another example. I have a client, and I'm not going to say his name because he actually feels embarrassed. And I sent him to one of my banks, and we got him 2 business credit card approvals, $60,000 a piece. He thought he could do it on his own, so he declined it, went back, did it on his own, got $14,000. Left a lot of money on the table. Left $106,000 on the table. 106. Who is that said? When you pay to play, you pay attention. See what happened when you're in a hurry to be rich, you stay poor. All right, so the FICO SBSS score. Okay, the FICO SBSS score. Over 10,000 banks pull from the FICO SBSS. Thank you, TikTok. Y'all keep running them hearts up for me, please. I'll keep dropping this level of information. The FICO SBSS. Y'all can Google this information. Okay, the FICO SBSS score pulls, and you need to have a minimum of a 160, and you need to meet their data points. Okay, you have to meet their data points. It's bigger than just having an 800 credit score. That means nothing to the banks. Banks care more about the profile than the score. The banks care more about the profile than the score. Okay. Now, also, there are over 12 funding sources. Everybody type that in the chat. 12 funding sources. And I'm going to tell you what that means. There's over 12 funding sources. Well, Will, what are funding sources? Funding sources mean you have business credit cards. You have business lines of credit. You have equipment leasing. You have factoring leasing. There's business term loans. There's different types of funding sources. Why is that important to know? The reason that is important to know is because, so I was speaking with a client 2 days ago, and he has a box truck company. Well, he's potentially about to be a client. He has a box truck company, and he went out and got a bunch of credit cards to buy his box trucks. Okay. So he did the credit card stacking, got his box trucks. This is why y'all have to know this information. Okay. And so what happens is the box trucks he bought, and then the 0% interest ran out. So now he's paying 33% on his truck. And I said, why did you do that? Because he didn't know any better. And so here's the thing that I often tell people. You want to use the different funding sources depending on what it is you need to get the funding for. I would have never used credit cards to buy a box truck. I saw people using credit cards to buy cars to put on Turo. That is the most ridiculous thing. When you could have went and got a flooring line. FLOORING, a flooring line. When you're trying to go out there and buy more than one vehicle, you get a flooring line, which is equivalent to a line of credit solely just for auto loans. But we're in a hurry to get rich, and this is why so many people get jammed up. So this right here, I'm not sure if y'all can see this on TikTok. Let me see. Oops. All right, TikTok. This right here, this is the business line of credit that I use for Bank of America. So for Bank of America, I have a business line of credit. So I can go into the bank and pull money off of this line, or I can walk into the bank and I can say, hey, I want to pull cash from my line of credit. Okay. So a business line of credit is different than a business credit card. So let me show you a business credit card with Bank of America. I'm sure it's in here somewhere. So then I have a business credit card with Bank of America. So these are two different. So I have two different types of way I can extract monies, or these are what are called financial credit lines. Everybody type in the chat, financial credit lines. See, it's a difference between financial and non-financial. People don't know what that means. A non-financial credit line means, for example, a Home Depot card. That is a non-financial line of credit. A business credit card, a business line of credit, that is what's called a financial. And so for this particular example, I have 100 business line of credit with Bank of America, and then I have a $40,000 business credit card. This right here by itself is $140,000. So now I can actually go to the bank and get cash off of the business line of credit. So I can walk into the bank, and let's say I'm about to do a deal, and I can say, hey, I need to pull $40,000 cash from my line of credit. And then when I want to pull money from my business credit card, I can do what's called a credit liquidate. I can liquidate the cash off of here. So this way I'm not charged the merchant cash advance fees. So now after I've calculated what that is going to cost me, then I'm going to only invest into things that are going to make me money, which is this is why I like real estate. This is why I like real estate. But in order to get the business line of credit, you need to be in business at least 2 years. You have to be in business at least 2 years, and the banks can ask you for, write this down, a P&L statement, which stands for profit and loss. They can ask for your tax returns. So even when people hear people say, oh, the bank is a no doc, they can still request it. The no doc just means that they don't make you complete a 4506. But the banks can still ask for your returns for the business line of credit. They can still request it. So if you don't have that information, you can't get the business line of credit. You can get the business credit card, but guess what? You just left 100 on the table. You just left 100 on the table. So you must know all of these data points. And guess what? Guess where the bank is pulling? They're pulling Experian Business and your FICO SBSS for this. They're not pulling a DUNS number. They're not pulling a DUNS number. Okay? So now, another funding source. So you got the business line of credit, you got the business credit card, you got equipment leasing. There's like 12 funding sources. Here's one of the most underutilized business funding sources. One of the most. SBA lending. SBA lending. When I tell you there is so much money out there for SBA lending, we just don't know. Well, not me. I know how, but people don't know how to access it. There is so much money out there for SBA lending. And I'm actually going to tell you all of the different types of SBA lending. Did you know you can get $200,000 with one SBA line? Look, y'all, the money is the easiest part. You got to personally guarantee that business line of credit. Legacy mindset, you must be new, and that's okay. But I'm glad you asked that question. Every bank will ask you to personally guarantee. That stuff y'all hearing on people saying, oh, they don't ask for personal guarantee. Here, let me show y'all something. I ain't even bring the card, but so Sam's Club has a MasterCard that will allow you to get a business credit card with them without a personal guarantee. Okay, but you got to have enough trades on there for it for them to approve you. Here's the thing that blows my mind: people get so excited for just the one Sam's Club card. It's like $10,000. You can't scale a business off $10,000. It's a start. It's cute. Every bank. Now, can you go out there and get some expensive money without a social? Absolutely. But the money is expensive. And here's the thing, and this is why I say, why are you in a hurry to be rich? Because that's what keeps you poor. 85% of businesses who gets the money without the social ends up bankrupt. Why? Because those companies are net 30 accounts or they do short-term lending. So I'll give you an example. I had a client who went and borrowed $40,000 on a 18-month term. Her payment was $3,000 a week. And it comes out of her bank account every single week, whether she makes enough money or not. Being in a hurry is what keeps people poor. So yeah, get your credit up. Y'all can listen to the other gurus lie to y'all and get you jammed up. Here's the thing I often tell people. All of this stuff people be selling y'all, why they don't ever show y'all? I'm showing y'all my books. I'm showing y'all my credit book. I post my HUD-1 statements. For those who don't know what a HUD-1 statement is, that's the statement you get when you close on a property. I show y'all how much I'm paying for taxes on my buildings. I show y'all the data. I show the facts because I want people to know that this is doable. But see, so many people are buying into the hype of things where no one has showed them documented proof. Let me get back here. Did you know one of the funding sources that you can actually go and get is SBA? There's actually 4 types of SBA lending. Let me break those down. So you have SBA 7A. So type that in the chat. SBA 7A. SBA 7, the letter A, stands for Apple. So with the SBA 7A, it's typically used for business operations. Okay. You can use it for working capital, inventory, expansion. So if you're looking to expand your business, you can use it for equipment leasing. They have the most flexible terms. They usually can go out to 30 years. You can even use a SBA 7A to buy an existing business, but that business must show cash flow. So if you're trying to go buy a laundromat, and if that laundromat is not making money, SBA will not fund it. But guess what? You got to have all of the other data points in place. You have SBA 7A. Next one is you have an SBA micro loan. Oh, and the SBA 7A can go up to 10, 15, 20 million. You can go up to like 15 million, probably higher than that. All right. The SBA micro loan, type that in the chat. SBA micro loan. The SBA micro loan up to $500,000 even for startups. Up to $500,000 even for startups. And here's what it's used for: working capital, inventory, business operations, payroll. Why is this important? It's important because a lot of people have startups and they're trying to pull money from their 401k. No, go use the government's money. It's just sitting there because enough of y'all can't qualify. Only 4% of businesses last year got SBA money because they don't even know it exists. Let me say that again. Only 4% of small businesses tapped into SBA money last year, all because they don't even know it exists. And guess how you get it? All of the data points I'm sharing with you now. This is why, to the individual, if they're still on here, which I highly doubt, this is why I said at the beginning, you have to know that you can't skip steps. For those who just joined, I talked about how when I was 8 or 10 or 11, somewhere in that age, I attempted to bake some cookies. And when I was baking those cookies, we didn't have vanilla extract at home. We probably couldn't afford it. So I forgot to put the vanilla extract in there, and they didn't taste like cookies. So here's what happens. We want to go out there and get $100,000 in a line of credit. We want to go get a $40,000, $50,000 business credit card. We want to go get a line of credit with SBA, but we forget the vanilla extract. We don't want to make the proper investments to structure our business. So when we do present our paperwork to the banks, it's an automatic approval. We want to skip steps. SBA microloan up to $500,000. Here's the easiest one to get. Here's the easiest one. TikTok. I need y'all to get me to 10,000 likes if y'all want to know the easiest SBA loan. If TikTok can get me to 10,000, which only need 2,500 more, I'm going to tell y'all the easiest SBA approval to get. Thank you, Dr. Andrina. Doc, she's actually one of my clients. She said, Will, I've been trying to get SBA loans for a long time, but it was not until I started working with you and you gave me the blueprint. Did it with her eyes closed. So until we get to 10,000, I'll skip and go to the SBA 504 loan. SBA 504. Okay, I see y'all running it up to that 10,000. I'm gonna need y'all to get them likes up on YouTube as well. Y'all ain't out the blue. Y'all ain't out the clear. So y'all better start thumbing it up. Get them thumbs or that index finger working. All right, so you got the SBA 504 loan. This is used for real estate, heavy equipment. So if you're looking to buy a restaurant, hint, hint, you want to get an SBA 504 loan because you may want to buy the building. You may need the ovens. You may need the fryers. You're going to need heavy equipment. Go get the SBA 504 loan. You can use it for real estate purchases, commercial purchases, the land, And you can do what's called an SBA 504 refinance, where you can actually refinance using government money. But guess what? If you don't have the data points of the FICO SBSS, the Experian business, the Equifax business, the Small Business Financial Exchange, if you don't have those things in place, you don't qualify for none of this. So just keep going out there, getting First Premier cards and $300 limits. And the Sam's Club card, because you don't need a social security number for that. You will stay poor, sir, ma'am. All right, thank you, TikTok. I got y'all, TikTok. YouTube, TikTok did the work for y'all. Does it matter what you're using the real estate for with the 504 loan? Not if you structure yourself properly, no. Because you can use it for residential and commercial and building. All right. The easiest SBA loan to get. I actually have one with one of my bank partners. I'm telling y'all, they're so easy. Let me tell y'all how easy it is to get this one. It's called the the SBA Express loan. Write that down, chat. The SBA, y'all got me twisted up my words because it's so funny how easy it is. When you're in position, SBA Express loan. Come on, bro. We love you here on YouTube. I know y'all do. Forever Flakes family, my bad. SBA Express loan. It is a streamlined loan up to $350,000. I'm telling y'all, it is so easy. It is so easy. That is one of the easiest loans that banks want to give out. Banks are literally sitting there like, will somebody please come and get this money? And let me tell you why it's so easy. The reason it is so easy because the bank puts up 50% and SBA puts up 50%. So you take the liability, you take 100% of the liability off the banks, you take 100% of the liability off the government, and they're saying, look, Will, we can't give these loans out fast enough. People aren't qualifying. They out there trying to do tricks and flips and all of this stuff, and they going out there ruining their credit for a care credit card. People out here ruining their credit for a care credit card for $6,000 when the banks are trying to give you a SBA Express loan for $100,000. They give them away like water. Let me tell you, everybody write this down. I'm gonna give this one on the house. This one's on me. This one's on me today. This one's free. Everybody type in the chat, bank threshold. Bank threshold. Type in the chat the word bank threshold. So every single bank has what's called a bank threshold. That bank threshold, you must know, is the amount that the bank will approve you without asking for without asking for everything. So once you find out, well, first you got to qualify. And then once you find out what the bank threshold is, you can say, hey, so let's say, for example, the bank's threshold is $250,000. So for example, Chase Bank threshold is $250, which means if you ask for anything over $250, they're going to want everything from you. Your firstborn, a blood sample, that black toenail on your pinky toe. They want everything. Okay. And so if you say, you know what, I only want whatever your banking threshold is, I recommend you call them before you apply so you already know what to ask for. So if it's $250, I might go in and say, look, I want to apply for $230. I want to apply for a line of credit for 230. Or what is your bank SBA Express Streamline? Write the term streamline. What is your SBA Express Streamline loan threshold? Oh, it's 100K. Boom, perfect. Now, you still got to have that 160 FICO SBSS score. I'm telling y'all, the banks is giving this money away, y'all. They giving the money away. The bank's giving the money away. The banks is, look, I put online the other day, America is on sale. Now, y'all could sit around and be fear-mongered to do nothing, or you can go out here and you can go get it. Y'all could sit around here and be fear-mongered, or you can go and buy some real estate. They're waiting on you right now. They're waiting on you right now because they don't have enough people who want to participate. This is why the elites are buying up everything, because they keep saying, oh, y'all don't want to play the game? We gave y'all a head start. Y'all didn't have to work during COVID. We gave y'all free money. We gave y'all stimulus checks. Y'all didn't have to pay y'all mortgage. Y'all didn't have to pay bills. Y'all didn't have to pay, we let y'all go buy cars to rent. We let y'all run it up on Airbnb. We let y'all run it up. And now y'all back in this position? Look, you better learn how to play Monopoly or somebody gonna own you. You better learn how to play Monopoly or somebody's gonna own you. Now, here's the deal. Here's the catch. I'm gonna just cut straight to the chase. Here's the catch. I have a revolutionary software that builds all of this out for you. I'm willing to give you your money back to say this right, what I'm about to say. 95% of the people in the funding space do not have this. And the 5% of people who do not look like me. Let me say that again. 95% of the people who do funding, because most of them do it as a hustle. They don't have a real business. If you're not automating this process, it's a hustle. I have a business software that is AI generated that will give you every single data point that you need to know. I give you a business coach. I give you a funding advisor. And it's going to walk you through every single step. Matter of fact, when you log, it's going to even tell you what your web score is, something that you don't even know how to calculate. And the bank is docking you because you don't know how to figure out what your web score is. You don't know how to build out your FICO SBSS score. The software does. You just put in your business information. It pulls your business data. First, it'll find out if you got any UCC liens, if you got a EDIL loan, if you got a PPP loan. You may have a UCC filing. Maybe that's why you're getting some denials. Do you know how to get the micro loan? Do you know how to get the SBA 7A? Do you know how to get the SBA 504 loan? The software partners you with the right bankers to do that for you. See, at first I was only going to introduce this to my REI 90 group, but then I had a call with a good friend of mine who said, Will, I don't think people know that you birthed this industry. Most of the people wouldn't even be in the funding space and credit space if it wasn't for you. People are out there teaching y'all credit with my book in the background. Credit is king. They teaching y'all how to play the game, but they getting it from my playbook. He said, Will, you need to let people know that you light years ahead of these people who still trying to figure this out. They'll be dissecting this live here shortly. When you start hearing them talking about data points and FICO SBSS, because people ain't talking like that. Let me tell you what you're going to hear moving forward. You got to build your DUNS number. You got to go get net 30s. You got to go to Quill and Uline and Granger and Gimplers, not knowing it's over 3,000 lenders out there to build out your business credit profile. Over 3,000. People can only name 6. Just spoke with Chase today about the loan you just named. I'm learning. I'm leaning in. So glad I found you. Appreciate that. Thank you. If you do not have, here's the thing. We are in a technology era. The reason the market crashed the other day is because China introduced new technology. If you are trying to get funding and you're not leveraging technology so that way you can have the speed to know when the banks change their guidelines, when the new funding source is out there, when SBA needs some documentation, or partnering with a funding advisor where all they do every single day is talk to Chase, talk to this bank. Did you know in the state of Texas, there's over 734 banks? Most people can only name 6. Somebody said they charging y'all $5,000 just for them to tell y'all to go and get a Uline account. Just hit 753 score with the year of credit history. What should I do next? Finesse, send me a message so we can get you some $200,000 in funding. I tell people, if I can't hit the numbers, I'll give you your money back. I don't do this to make money. I got the credit myself. People out there charging y'all. Let me share something. I'm gonna need people to start utilizing some financial intelligence here. Okay, just follow me. Why would a bank give you a line of credit without your social security number for ordering some ink pens for $50? Somebody just asked, like, again, just follow me. Why would a bank give you $100,000 line of credit for ordering ink pens from Uline? Again, just things that make you go, Banks do not ask for your Paydex number. Why are you still trying to build your Paydex? Things that make you go, A Paydex is the score that Dun & Bradstreet, the scoring model that Dun & Bradstreet use. That's how so many people get finessed into these business credit courses. And Dun & Bradstreet isn't even pulled. It sounds good. We was talking about Paydex scores in 2007. Like, they don't even look at that no more. All right. If you would like my team to reach out to you to talk to you about my business funding software, text the word income to 855-449-4888. If you would like my team to talk to you about my business funding software, text the word income to 855-449-4888. People are out here remixing your methods. I already know. At least give me some, at least shout me out. Do they ask for the DUNS number? No bank asks for a DUNS number. Is it better to have LLC or corporation? It don't matter. Whatever's compliant. Whatever's compliant, Ashton. They be remixing my, like, look, they here's what's so funny when they try to remix my info. They mix up the wording. It's a F&B number and the FICO the BBBS number. People can't even get the initials right, but it's all good. Say the number again. You can text text income to 855-449-4888. 855-449-4888. Text income. They def not getting your results though. Absolutely not. They can't even show messages like this. They can't even show stuff like this. Do you respond to TikTok messages? Yes. I'll definitely make sure to look for Finesse Worldwide on TikTok. I'll respond to your message. I got you. I promise. Thank y'all for the badges. Thank y'all for the hearts. I'll take a couple questions. So if anybody has any questions, I'll take a few of your questions. I'll take a few questions as we wrap up. I'm telling y'all, if y'all not using automation and AI for y'all business funding, I'm telling you, you're just going to keep going out there getting $3,000 approvals. That's it. That's it. Do you have a busy schedule tomorrow? I have a busy schedule every day. I'm actually speaking tomorrow at Las Vegas. Hold on. I'm actually speaking at a high school tomorrow. Shout out to let me see. Where am I speaking at tomorrow? Shout out to Las Vegas Academy of the Arts. They're bringing me in tomorrow. Las Vegas Academy of the Arts. Jocelyn, thank you. Does your DIY credit repair prompt you when you're ready to move on to the business credit? Absolutely, Evan. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be putting some business credit things in there that you can start working on. I actually tell people while you're working on your credit, you should be building your business credit profile. You actually should. All right, let me see. What other questions I have? I've been listening to you for 10 minutes. Great stuff, Will. I'm grateful. Michael, appreciate you. Thank you, Michael. Thank you. All right. What other questions y'all got? What other questions y'all have? March 15th and 16th, I'll be in Houston, Texas. Y'all get y'all tickets ready. Look, I'm telling you, this is going to be one of the biggest events of this quarter. One of the biggest events of this quarter, Houston, Texas, March 15th. So y'all get ready. So do you have a blueprint? Kelly, absolutely. I am the blueprint, Kelly. Yes. Text income to 855-449-4888. All right. How do you build your business credit profile? Carlos, you got to get the software. Let the software do it. You don't have to sit there and try to scratch your head and figure it out. Text income to 855-449-4888. Do you recommend buying an aged LLC business? Great question, Keith. I'm glad you brought that up. Here's the thing. If you are going to buy an age business, be careful where you go. I actually just spoke to somebody the other day. They bought a company that had debt tied to it. If you do not go and we sell them. I don't even sell them to everybody, but we do offer them. Most places, there's only 3 states I would buy a seasoned business credit trade line. Wyoming, Colorado, and New Mexico. Why? Because those are the states where you can buy them without an EIN number attached. If you buy an age company with an EIN number attached, you run the risk of buying a company that has debt tied to it. I just talked to 3 people who've done that. What if you had an LLC since 2016 but haven't really used it? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Better get with the pros. We can help you get the funding on there. All right. Been so stuck on personal credit. Business credit seems like a whole new world. Forever flakes. No, you just need to find a professional to work with. See, here's the thing. I remember when I started working out, or I attempted to start working out. Go look at the back of my pic. Go look at the back of Credit is King. You'll see why I had to go get a professional. So I started attempting to work out in like 2014, and I was stuck, wasn't getting no results. I had to go get a trainer. And here's why. Because one of the very first things I learned when I went and got a trainer was you can't outwork a bad diet. I was eating the wrong type of foods. But here's the thing. What you think is healthy food is not healthy food when it comes to results in working out. Same thing in this business credit space. So many people are stuck because what you think are good strategies are not good strategies. And that's why I see people spend more money putting pledge loans and adding their utilities to their credit, and yet they're still stuck. Because you need to speak with a professional and stop trying to piecemeal information. That's why I say, if you're in a hurry to get rich, you will stay poor. And you got to learn how to pay to play, because when you pay to play, you pay attention. What do you think Donald Trump firing the head of state of the CFPB? We've been having issues with the CFPB for a long time. About time somebody did something. That's why y'all stuff be coming back verified. They don't even look at it. So yeah, about time somebody did something. Wow, saw you years ago in Houston. You brought out Willie D to the stage too. Yeah, Willie D, that's my brother. If he's in town, he will be at the event I have coming up in Houston as well. And here's the irony of that, Johnny. I actually just reposted the video when I was on Willie D's podcast, Ghetto Boys Reloaded. So go to YouTube. I need y'all to run them numbers up. Got LLC this week, got a check account with Chase, and got approved for a small account. Carlos, this is why you need the professionals. Because, see, here's what's happening. Y'all keep going out there getting these small approvals. Guess what happens? Banks are going to give you approvals at the next bank on what is called comparable trade lines. Somebody type comparable trade lines, meaning if you got a bunch of approvals at $3,000, $6,000, $7,000, guess what you're going to get? $3,000, $6,000, $7,000 approvals. Got to get your numbers up. Do you have to be a majority owner on a company for the business credit on that business? Only on the operating agreement, Dustin. Only on the operating agreement. So you can own 0% of the business, but on the operating agreement, and the operating agreement only goes to the bank. It doesn't go anywhere else. Doesn't go anywhere else. To Ashton, tomorrow's event is not open to the public. It's for high school kids. For the Houston event, I will have the information up soon. Matter of fact, I just talked to my man Tay, who is setting it up. Moet is actually sponsoring this event. We moving on up. Went from Slits malt liquor to Moet. So y'all be on the lookout for that. Where can you get info for the Houston event? It's coming soon. It's coming soon. I actually just got the call today. I have another event coming up in in Beverly Hills this month. So I don't know if it's open to the public. It's called the 7-Figure event. It's actually only about 30 people that they're letting into the room. I have no control over the tickets. They just flying me out there to come and speak. All right. All right. Any other last questions? I need y'all to reach out. Get these. Y'all better get these business credit trade lines in the business success software. I'm telling y'all. Hey, Doc, let them know how you ran it up with SBA. When are you coming to Miami, Fort Lauderdale, or Orlando? I'm actually working on Miami, Queen Son. Yes, I'm working on Miami. I'm thinking about doing that. I actually may be in Miami in April. It's a couple places that are that's been reaching out to me to come and speak. So I actually may be in Miami in April. Milwaukee. So we're working on Milwaukee. April 26th, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Y'all make sure y'all mark y'all calendars. April 26th. It's We Management 10th year anniversary. We're going to do an event in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, April 26th. Make sure y'all mark y'all calendars. Go and start preparing for that. It's going to be my 10th year anniversary. Where can I learn more about all this finance language? What book? It's hard to say what book. I mean, it's a ton of finance books out here. Stay tuned in, Carlos. That's all I can tell you. Stay tuned in. Shanta, what's going on? We gotta reconnect. I see you out here doing some great things. When you coming to Rhode Island? I've never even been remotely close to Rhode Island. Demetrius? I don't know. So, only thing I know about Rhode Island is Lamar Odom played college ball there. It's the only thing I know. I'll be in Vegas for 3 days. I'm sure we can make something happen. Are you coming to Virginia anytime soon? I haven't looked into Virginia yet. Philly, New York, where we are working on those. I hope you are coming to North Carolina soon. Charlie, I've never been to North Carolina. That's actually a place we are looking at. A couple colleges reached out to me from North Carolina, so my team is in communication with them to see if we can make that happen. But I would love to come to North Carolina, financial district. It's one of the financial capitals of the U.S. right now. It's growing. So definitely stay tuned. We're working on North Carolina, and we'll work on that. New York, yes, we are in talks with doing something in New York. So like I say, as we get the details and all of that in my calendar, I've been in communication with my team today. Like I say, we just booked Houston today. I just booked the event in Beverly Hills. I think I'll be there the 26th of February. And like I say, calendar is booking very fast, y'all. It's booking very fast. And here's why it's booking fast. Let me leave y'all with this. These events they're booking me at. When will the next time you be live? I work too much to come outside. I'm going to go live again tomorrow, Forever Flakes. Here's the thing I want to share with y'all before I wrap up. The people who are booking me for these events, they don't look like me. Let me say that again. The people who are booking me for these events to come and speak, they don't look like me. Now, I'm sharing that to say, why is it that we have people who don't come from my community who want this information more than we want this information? I have 5 people buy the business success software today. Guess what? 2 of them will look like me. 3 of them didn't. Why? Because they understand the only way they're going to be able to grow in business, grow in real estate, is they have to have access to credit. Go play the game of Monopoly and see how far you can get playing Monopoly only collecting $200. Go play the game of Monopoly today. You can play it on your computer. You can download the game on your cell phone and see how far you get collecting $200. Because outside of buying up real estate with the bank's money on the game of Monopoly, the only other options you have is paying taxes, paying somebody rent, or going to jail. Those are only options on the game of Monopoly. And unfortunately, those are only options in real life. And because we don't see that, guess who's flying me to come to their communities to come and speak to them about this game? We better step it up, y'all. I'm telling y'all. Because in 2026, I'm not going to be on the internet. I'm going to be on an island with no mosquitoes eating seeded grapes. Because every grape in North America right now does not have seeds. They're not real. So I will be on an island somewhere with seeded grapes with no mosquitoes, living off of real estate money and business money that I bought using SBA money. Somebody said, or in space. Hey, look, they open that up. I might go up there too. Look, it might be peaceful up there. I don't got to deal with people fighting over 50-50. Look, y'all don't want me to get started on that. Here's the thing, and I posted this online yesterday. Let me read this, and then I'm going to get out of y'all here tonight. Let me read this post. Let me read this post. In my 45 years, hold on, let me see if I can find it. Damn, you bought the seeded grapes. Can't find them anywhere. I already know, Carlos. I already know. Here's the thing I want to leave y'all with. I've been homeless. I've lost everything twice. I've been sued twice. I'm going through a lawsuit right now with the city of Milwaukee, even though it's their fault, and I have a huge discrimination suit coming against them. I've been fired. I've been laid off. I've lost friends. I lost family members. I've been uninvited to things. Yet in my 45 years on this planet, I've never asked another man to borrow money, nor have I asked to live with a woman. Now, why do I say that? I did all of this before business credit was even a thing. I did all of this before there was even social media. I did all of this before you had to figure out how to get across the country to even go meet a mentor. You don't look like what you've been through. I appreciate that, Charlie. Y'all should go on YouTube and look at my video, my Through the Wire video. I almost lost my life in 2021. Had a really bad weightlifting accident. Was in the ICU, lost blood, had to get a blood transfusion. Like, I posted a video of me talking, saying, look, if I get another chance at life, because I didn't think I was going to make it out the hospital. In June 26, 2021, I almost died from a weightlifting accident where I was in the ICU. They had to rush me to the hospital. And they said, Will, if you had not have made it within minutes, you probably would have bled to death. I had internal damage to my liver. My liver split open. They had to cut me open, sew the liver back together. I was in the ICU. I had to get 3 blood transfusions. And yet I still push through. So I ask people, what excuse do you have? How many times you gonna keep using the excuse of your circumstances? That should be your motivation. How many times you gonna keep blaming your parents? How many times you gonna keep blaming your kids? How many times you gonna keep blaming your boss? When you gonna start taking accountability that only you're the only person that's gonna be able to change that? Don't nobody owe you nothing. And at the end of the day, let me tell you some of the realest ish that anybody is gonna ever tell you. Don't nobody give a damn what you done been through, what you're going through, and what you're gonna go through. You gotta go out here and get it. You got to. Because the bank's giving away money. The banks is giving it away, ladies and gentlemen. Please go get your portion, but you got to make the investment in yourself. You have to. And it's really simple. Because once your foundation is built, whatever else happens, your foundation is never compromised. Once your foundation is built properly, your foundation is never compromised. But see, here's what happens. Too many of y'all are out there trying to build a house and frame a house on shifty sands. Too many of you are trying to put a roof on weak foundations. This is why a house can catch on fire and can still be rebuilt on the same foundation. So a lot of you have foundations that are weak, and that's why you keep going out there catching L's. But when you build your foundation right, no matter what you go through, so no matter the lawsuits I've been through, no matter the hospital beds I done laid in, no matter how many times I was fired, no matter how many times I've lost things, no matter how many bad investments I may have went through in the past, because my foundation was right, I don't look like what I've been through. And until you're ready to make that change, you're going to keep getting what you get. All right. In the great words of my brother, Willie D, no more talk. I appreciate y'all. So y'all go out here, go be great. I'll be back on here tomorrow dropping these gems. Y'all be on the lookout. Make sure y'all following me, have your notifications on so y'all have access to my calendar. See what city I'm going to be popping up in next. Shout out to the Las Vegas Arts Academy for bringing me in tomorrow. Y'all know I'm going to go in there and blaze that classroom with them, high school students, because they're the future and they coachable. So I appreciate y'all, and I'll see y'all at the top. Peace.